Within a quiet forest, where sunlight filtered gently through the tall trees and the air carried the scent of pine and wildflowers, there lived a small bird. She was not the most colorful bird in the forest, nor the strongest flyer, but she had a gentle soul and a heart full of kindness. Her feathers shimmered softly under the sunlight like drops of dew in the morning, and her voice carried a melody that comforted anyone who heard it. Yet, what made this bird truly unusual was not her song or her feathers, but a strange little habit she had developed. Every day, from the moment she woke at dawn until the stars filled the night sky, she paid close attention to the world around her. Whenever something touched her heart, whether it was the joy of finding a ripe berry, the pain of losing a feather, the laughter of friends, or the sadness of loneliness, she would search for a small stone. With her tiny beak, she scratched a mark upon that stone, a symbol to represent the memory of what she had experienced. She then placed the stone carefully into a little cloth bag she carried with her wherever she went. At first, this practice felt beautiful. Each stone was like a diary entry, a treasure from the story of her life. The bird believed that all experiences, both joyful and painful, were too valuable to be forgotten. Good memories gave her strength, and painful ones reminded her of lessons learned. She told herself, "One day, when I look back, I will see how far I have flown, how many skies I have crossed, and how much I have lived." For a while, the bag felt light, and the habit seemed harmless. In fact, she enjoyed the ritual. When she looked inside the bag, she saw a collection of colorful little stones, each one carrying a piece of her story. It made her proud to think she was keeping her life with her, everywhere she flew. But as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, something began to change. The bag, once small and light, slowly grew heavier. With every sunrise, a new stone was added, and with every sunset, the bag pulled her wings down a little more. At first, she barely noticed. Her flight became just a little slower, her wings just a little more tired. She thought, "It's nothing. I am strong enough. My memories are worth the wait." But over time, the burden became harder to ignore. Her flights were no longer joyful glides through the open sky. They were struggles, battles against gravity. When other birds soared high above the treetops, she lagged behind, weighed down by the stones of her yesterdays. Still, she did not stop. She kept collecting stones. One crisp autumn morning, when the forest glowed with shades of orange and gold, the little bird crossed paths with an old owl. The owl had lived many seasons, his feathers streaked with gray, his eyes deep with wisdom. He perched on a sturdy branch, watching as the little bird struggled to lift herself higher. Her wings flapped hard, but her flight remained clumsy and slow. "Little one," the owl called gently, "why do you carry that bag everywhere you go?" The bird landed on a branch nearby, her chest rising and falling with exhaustion. Still, she smiled. "This bag holds my life," she said proudly. "Every joy, every sorrow, every lesson I have ever known is here. These stones remind me of who I am." The owl studied her carefully, then shook his head. "But do you still live in today, or are you flying with yesterday on your back?" The bird tilted her head, confused. She thought about the owl's words, but they made little sense. To her, the bag was precious, even sacred. How could she live without it? She thanked the owl politely and flew away, though her wings ached more than ever. Days passed, and the seasons shifted. Winter winds blew through the forest, cold and sharp. The bird's bag had grown so heavy that even short flights left her gasping for breath. She could no longer rise above the treetops. The sky that once felt endless now seemed impossibly far away. But she was stubborn. She told herself, "I must carry on. These memories are my treasure. Without them, I am nothing." So she continued, one heavy flap at a time, until one rainy evening changed everything. Dark clouds gathered over the forest, and a storm broke loose. Rain fell in torrents, drenching the trees and flooding the ground. The little bird tried to fly to safety, to reach the hollow of an old tree where she sometimes sheltered. But the bag on her back dragged her down. Her wings trembled under the weight. She pushed harder, but the effort was too much. Her strength gave out, and she fell. She landed in the mud, the bag spilling open. The stones scattered across the ground, glistening under the storm. She lay there, too weak to move, pinned down by the very memories she had once believed would help her survive. That night, as thunder rolled and lightning flashed, the wise owl returned. He perched silently beside the small bird, his eyes filled with sorrow. Looking at her fragile body lying beneath the scattered stones, he whispered, "Memories are meant to guide you, not to hold you back. You tried to carry everything, little one, and in doing so you forgot to live." The bird stirred faintly, as if hearing his words in her fading consciousness. But her strength was gone. The bag that was once her treasure had become her prison. The owl stayed with her through the night, watching over her. He knew this was not just the story of one little bird. It was the story of many creatures, indeed the story of many people, who hold on too tightly to their past. The lesson: we, too, are often like the little bird. We collect memories of the past, some filled with laughter, others with pain. We keep replaying them in our minds, clinging to the joys, regretting the mistakes, fearing the losses. We carry these memories every day, thinking they define us. But the truth is, when we hold on too tightly, we grow weary inside. Happiness from the past can make us nostalgic, but if we keep looking backward, we stop seeing the beauty of today. Pain from the past can teach us, but if we never let it go, it becomes a chain around our heart. Life is not meant to be lived in yesterday. It is meant to be experienced in the present, with eyes open to the gifts of now and wings free to soar toward the future. Like the wise owl said, memories are guides, not burdens. They are lessons written in our hearts, but they are not meant to weigh us down. So what must we do? We must learn to let go, to forgive the people who hurt us, to release the regrets that haunt us, and even to set aside the happiness of yesterday so that we can make space for the joys of tomorrow. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means choosing not to let the past steal our present. It means carrying only the wisdom, not the weight. When we forgive, we free ourselves. When we forget, we make room for new experiences. When we move on, we allow life to flow again, just like the river that never stops, just like the wind that always moves forward. So live with a light heart. Be grateful for what you have, patient with what you lack, and hopeful for what is yet to come. Life is a race, not against others, but against time. The lighter your wings, the farther you can fly.